Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, wait, no, my mic was good. I thought it wasn't good, but like,
Oh,
I got trolled.
Imp, you had one chance to impress
One chance.
everyone, and you've gone and thrown it away. What have you done?
I know, right? But guys, welcome officially to the 2021 Riverina Council CSGO Cup!
Yeah!
Woo!
New South Wales!
Let's go!
Yeah.
Join with me is Has Daddy Slim. You all know him. We're here. Get excited and time to get some serious CSGO. Let's do it.
Yes, Imp, we're here. We're looking good. We're ready to go. It is going to be some absolutely... Oh, it's just going to be good fun, really, the way you look at it. Yes, the Riverina Cup 2021 presented by the city of Wagga. We've got ourselves 5 teams in the running trying to get themselves to that final in week 4. So still a few weeks away, but we are focused on week 1 at the moment. Unfortunately, we did miss one of the first games we were going to cast this evening because my man Imp unfortunately ran into a few troubles before getting back home, but that's all good if we'll go over the scores there. So in the first best one, we had Vague 7. So I don't know if this is completely accurate. They beat Let Me Get 16-0. So not the best look there for the guys on Let Me Get but gave it a good crack, I'm sure. And on the other side of things, the game we're supposed to cast, Windra versus .G's. It was a 16-5 win for G, so they move up into the upper finals for next week. Meanwhile, Windra have dropped down, and they are going to be playing against Let Me Get in this best of 3 coming up now. And the vetoes have also come out. It looks like we're going to be starting on Dust 2. It was actually going to be Nuke until the person that was doing the vetoes realized that they were doing the wrong pick and bans, and they actually picked Nuke instead of banning it. So I had to reset that one. We've got Dust 2 first. I believe Inferno is second.
Yep, yes, Inferno second.
And I'm not sure what do we have as the last one, the final third map if we do have to go to it.
It is Ancient. No, I'm kidding. It's Mirage.
I mean Look, these are the 3. Look, if you're thinking Counter Strike comp, this is it. These are the 3 you've always got. You got Mirage, you got Dust 2, you got Inferno. Those are just like the 3. Station, hold. Put your cards on the table. Picked every time. You could have picked something else different, a bit in the making, but you know what? You take those maps. They're always a bit of good fun, and Dust 2, especially now because that mid door is completely blocked off unless you're jumping down the suicide for a kill. So that's always a bit interesting there. But I mean, before we go any further, before we go and introduce our teams and whatnot, I guess we better thank our sponsors.
Indeed we do. So, Has, would you like to take the honors with our sponsors since you are originally from the city of Wagga?
Well, not the city of Wagga entirely, but I am from the Riverina district originally, so I have been to Wagga in my time. So Wagga. So it is the traditional custodians of the Wurundjeri Nation, and it is one of the biggest Aboriginal tribes in New South Wales, which is pretty nice. So now you can pronounce it. I've heard it pretty pronounced. So it's Wagga, Wagham. It's
what?
Look, everyone hears Wagga, and they just have a good laugh because it's a bit of a funny name. But it's actually, well, I believe the dialect means crow, apparently. So a repetition of the word was a method of expressing the plurial emphasis. Thus, Wagga means crows. So if you ever want to point out a crow, just say to someone, "Oh, Wagga," and then they'll probably raise their eyebrow and go, "What are you saying?" Which is very nice. But Wagga has a whole bunch of stuff all around the region. It's a small. It's like the town city kind of style thing you have. I mean, usually when I think of Wagga, my mind usually goes to like something like Bendigo, maybe a smaller place like Swan Hill, and I'd say Wagga's a bit bigger than someone's as well. But it's around the Bendigo side of things, and it's a nice little area. I've got family who live around that region, and it is very beautiful. Lots of open areas, beautiful just farming land, and yes, a very bustling little city that you should definitely go visit. You can experience Wagga. I mean, I'd assume you could go visit it. Because New South Wales is coming out of lockdown, or has come out of lockdown technically. So yeah, I mean, go wild. I mean, I'm stuck in Melbourne, so I'm buggered. But you guys have fun. Go visit Wagga, and we a big thank you, of course, for them sponsoring and being our sponsor for this event, and it allows all the people from around the region as well, the New South Wales side, to have a go at this competition, have themselves a bit of fun, and maybe win the grand prize. And what is that grand prize? Well, you'll just have to find out. You have to wait and see. You have to watch. It's the fun of it. No, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
First place receives $500, second place $250, and third $125. So, I mean, $500. Yeah, between 5 players, that's $100. That's a good night out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Freedom Day, you celebrate it. It's time to, have a drink. Obviously, if you're of age. But then afterwards, you
Of
can
course.
go out and eat properly, have a nice decent
Responsible.
meal. Responsible meals is absolutely amazing. And of course, with that grand prize money, you can also be doing one of the following thing has, and the one thing that we all love is chat time. So has
Oh, chart time.
come on,
Yes,
give
we
it
do
to
love
us.
some chart time. Yes, well, our sponsors, of course, for this evening as well as Wagga Wagga, we have ourselves chart time. So if you're looking for a nice little bubble tea hit up, if you're just, you're a bit thirsty, you're thinking, man, I really need something that H2O isn't going to deliver. And well, I can tell you right now, chart time is the place to go to. Bubble tea galore. You can find them on the App Store to get the app downloaded. You can get delivered. You can go in store. There's locations all around Australia. So if you're looking to get some of that, highly recommend pick up some chart time. Our second sponsor, of course, for this evening is going to be Predator. So Predator have actually just joined us recently. So if you're looking for your high-end gaming gear from, a company that's been on top of their game for a very, very long time, the Predator is the one for you. They've really got everything here. But when I think about it, like if you're looking at monitors, looking at mice, looking at keyboards, headsets, everything, the whole kazooie, everything bundled into one little package. And it does a fantastic job. So make sure you go pick up some stuff if you're looking to upgrade your gaming gear or so. Speaking of gaming gear, in this instance, monitors, AOC. If you're looking for, the Hertz. Now, Hertz are very important. I'm imagining most of these boys tonight, they've got that high-end MacBook 60H, HC monitor that really just goes absolutely wild with it. But they could upgrade to something even better. AOC, they provide up to 165 hertz, which is just crazy. That's bigger than 60. In fact, 101 plus. That's more than the prize money that you'd be getting from becoming first in this, the $100. That's pretty insane when you think about it. So make sure you go check them out, aoc.com.au. You can also find them just around any sort of website as well. And maybe in some stores if you pop in, but look out for an AOC monitor because it does absolutely fantastic stuff. And finally, our last sponsor for the evening is Rig. Oh, well, actually, not our last sponsor, but one of our final sponsors, Rig Headsets. Yes, if you're looking for, just a nice bit of gaming, a nice bit of gaming headset, want to be listening in to everything that might be happening around you. You've got to feel the environment. So even like a game like Valorant, where the audio doesn't work because it's just all over the place. It sucks. But I digress. Rig is able to deliver on all fronts with those ones. They can give you just absolutely pristine sound quality and control, so make sure you go check them out. The guys over at Rig, and of course now finally our final sponsor is Indemai. I think it's Indemai. I think I've been pulled up with how I pronounced that beforehand.
I've been pronouncing it as Udemy, so whatever. At this stage,
it's one of the two. Look,
yeah.
All I'm going to say, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. It's good noodles. It's good food, and they've got up to I've got plenty of flavors. Up to at least 5, I imagine. That's a big number, and it could be even bigger than that. I don't know, but maybe I do. That's for you to know and me to find out. But yes, in the May, they've got some fantastic noodles that you can grab. You're just down, you're feeling a bit hungry. You might have just lost a game of CS, and you're thinking, man, I really need something to boost my morale. Well, they are the guys to hit up, get a bit of the spicy stuff in you, and just have an enjoyable time with it. So, yeah, into me, make sure you go buy some of their products. They are beautiful. And you can also pick a flavour at enemy.com.au. And yep, that is our sponsors for the evening. Lots of great guys. We thank all of them for providing the opportunity for us to do this kind of stuff. We can cast these games, cast these tournaments. But, we're still waiting for the T side at the moment. Well, it's been sitting at 5 players to 3 for a bit now.
It has.
And look, I'm starting to get a little bit impatient because I'm looking forward to some good CS gaming right here. And look, everyone in the chat here, 23 people joining us on the Facebook Live event, which I've never seen that number so high on a Facebook Live event in my entire life. But hey, there's a first time for everything. And they're eager. They want to see some good old-fashioned CSGO. But they're just taking their sweet time at the moment, the T side.
Yep, so one of them apparently is trying to load in, so he's trying to connect, and one isn't able to play due to a power outage. So it could just be as unfortunate as it goes, and we might have ourselves a handicap match on 5v4.
Oh, no.
So it
Well,
looks
that's a bit unfortunate.
that is a
I
little
really
bit
hope that's
unfortunate.
not the case, but well, no, actually, well, I thought I saw that because we were supposed to cast the first game, of course, in before you ran into some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But I was in the Go TV server for that one because I was ready to go cast it, and I did see that it turned into a 5v4 because I sort of tabbed out of it because I was, I was making myself a dinner. I
Oh.
came back. One of the players had gone, but I wasn't entirely sure what had happened there. It was very late in the round, so I assumed maybe they just disconnected. But it looks like a
Mm.
power outage, so that's no good. Yeah, I mean, a 5v4
Oh.
wouldn't be as much fun as, a 5v5. If only they
That's
had a
right.
substitute of sorts around, If only maybe one of us can sub in, 'cause,
Yeah, sub us
well,
in, coach.
yeah, substitute, mate. We'll do everything. Put it all together. We're that good. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can get both of these guys back in. I mean, we at least want a 5v4. I hope it's not a 5v3. I think at that point we might not even get a game because, well,
Yeah, I don't think
I
we're
don't
gonna
know how
go
they're
there.
going to
Yeah.
go with 3. I mean, there will be an attempt. It's basically just, well, at that point it'll be a retake server, except the T side is just getting absolutely screwed over with numbers in that regard. But I mean, hopefully all we can do is sort of wait and see at the present time as the players are still,
Yep.
warming up, getting their guns ready. I mean, we may as well go over the teams here now. Imp,
Yep.
CT side.
Yep.
Who have we got? Which lovely team do we have on the CT side? And who are all these lovely individuals with their lovely profile pictures?
So, with their team captain Puma Pants and going all the way to the game Pokedex, Mitch and Drain Gang, I've seen these guys play in the last Riverina Cup, and of course they've also competed in some of the other games out there back into the university leagues. And also, if you do pay very close attention to their current display profile, this is Malcolm in the middle. The whole family's here, and of course with the Drain Gang. Oh man, with a very awesome lineup of family just staring down at a very delicious piece of food right there. It's unbelievable. And of course on the T side, this is Let Me Get and they've got Guns, who I actually know from the Uni League back in the days. He has actually been an avid competitor from the AEL Uni days. He does quite well. With Boza, and you've got Carl and John. Like, now, I don't know if this is the same Carl that I cast on a long time back. But Guns is someone who has been very competitive. He's he sat down, did the hours. He really likes to get his mixes in and get himself very strong into the competition. It does suck a little that if they're going to be going in 5v4, they're going to suffer their performance, especially starting on the T side. But maybe, just maybe, if they have the superior strategy and the superior aim game, they can finesse themselves into tonight's match.
Yeah, I mean, look, anything is possible. You can always come down from some sort of handicap and, bounce back to it. But it does look like we are going to be set in the 5v4 as one of our boys is unfortunately lost to the power outage. And you can see now the game is being restarted. They're being set in. And, of course, we go into the famous knife round amp. I mean, this one right here gets pretty spicy, especially when we already know which side each side is starting on. So the knife round means absolutely nothing. But I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things get absolutely crazy. You'll see it now. There goes one. Carl's going to hit the ground first. Now John, Bozza, and Guns has dropped as well. And all of a sudden it's left on Bozza and only John left in a 2v5. John is just capitulated. Now Bozza is going to start a bit of a run here. Look at him go, charging through the T-spawn. He's got 4 players with him right now. He is moving along at a decent pace. He might be cut off on the right there by Puma as he runs down the front side here. We got 100, 2 on the right side. He goes up towards that short side. He's going to be chased down here by Puma. Puma coming down to 200 as they go better. The game is going to be heading towards that long side. Meanwhile, it's going to be another short push here from Drain Game, jumping towards middle as he's going to be back. Bozza right at the top of the box as he jumps down, looking to go towards that CT side. He falls and Bozza's out of the contest. Falls to the ground, and that is the end of that. It's going to be Let Me Get starting on the CT side. So not bad at all. I mean, look, that was actually probably more of a interesting pistol round than I was making it out to be to start off with there. But hey,
I felt like I was at the horse.
enjoy it.
I thought I was at the tracks listening to the horses. Oh my god! All right, look, we're gonna go in. Let's get this done. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up as both sides is going to do their best tonight in order to win. Obviously, looking at the things we are just waiting Waiting for us to start. Currently, yeah, everything.
They're ready. They're getting ready. They know they want it. There maybe one last time to get this man in, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it. As well, actually, they're trying to set their name here, WinRAR, but it doesn't look like it wants it to do it right now. You can see the commands going in. They're not working. As the gun's being chucked back and forth. I mean, this is a fantastic juggling event right now. It's coming all together. It looks absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't know if the juggling... I don't really know. How is the juggling going to affect their mental gameplay here in this incident? Because, when you think about it in those regards, it's a very, very... It's big stuff. As if you juggle those guns correctly, you're going to have a lot of coordination on your hands.
Yeah, definitely something to consider. And it's actually quite interesting. It's quite interesting how we are just waiting for a full juggle game. My Go TV is actually very slow for some reason.
Yeah, I was thinking it was slightly laggy, but I didn't know because that was just because you were alt-tabbed out.
I've actually alt-tabbed out to fix it, but I guess we will just have to double check. Let me know if we're doing it. But as we go, ladies and gentlemen, as we lag out a tiny little bit to compensate for this, both sides is ready to go. Give me back my 60 FPS right now, and 5v4. This is the CT side. They're gonna have the superior guns. They're gonna be able to get this first. Carl gets banged down instantly by Mitch, and Mitch goes down. As we go into it, they are going to quickly push the side. Extension goes through. Jong also goes down, gets the trade. But right now it's 2v2, which is quite surprising as they try to pivot for a bomb plant.
Chance here for them to get this first one. WinRAR as they try to keep it together. And Boz is going to grab another one. Pokédex falls, and now it's all left on the Puma Pants in a 1v2. And the CT is the 5v4, and this is not the start they were after. As Puma's going to push through that smoke. Bowlers are holding the angle there. Pushing in towards it himself, and he grabs that one. A 3k for Bozza. And the person around to the terrorists, they take the lead.
That's actually quite interesting. Like, it's a nice little bit of strategy that they started off first, and they get the push. It's very interesting how they executed that, and of course, even though you win that first one, because of the current strategies and you don't have enough, they're gonna invest in. So let me get instantly just buys whatever they can.
Gonna be forcing up into that one, of course. It's 3 AKs up against the man there. John's gonna grab Drain Grand first up as well, the Mac 10. And Guns, AK is gonna take down the Gamer as well. Still pushing up towards Short here. Holding that angle and having to fall off there is Mitch, and he's trying to go back in for that repick, but with no utility for it. Carl just holds down the angle. And just like that, it's going to be a 4v2, almost a 4v1. In fact, it is, as Carl grabs another, and it's all left on Pokédex in the 1v4. He grabs one, but he's got to find 3 others here. Famas, no utility. And he's going to be put down by John, and just like that, yep, it's WinRAR off to the fast start. They get the 2-0 beginning. And with that force going through there from Let Me Get they are going to be well, I was going to say they're going to be forced to go on a bit of an eco, but they are full investing again. They're putting everything into it. They're not stopping.
Well, I guess they realize that at some point they're going to be able to get something, although I'm slightly worried that they don't have enough utilities. Just going blinding against a whole team. That's, oh my goodness. That is unfortunate for Mitch, as Bozza gets a nice spray for a double, transfers correctly. That opens up the B side, and it's a good thing because Kara's already here at double, waiting for the potential push. And look at the disrespect. Nagiv, he jumps down to get the Nagiv. He gets the kill. That is just ultimate BME coming back here, not giving them any little bit of room. Now they're going to try 3v2 to retake, but John being the first one, Akkar takes the double, and now it's just up to the gamer with that big boy Nagiv.
Well, the gamer's got to get gamering with that Nagiv here as he pushes up through the B tunnel, but all he's going to find is Guns. 77 holding down that angle. And that is going to be a 3-0 start for the T's here again. Let me get out there, looking to try and force into this one. Utility does not seem to worry them at the moment, as it's only the one nade on Drain Gang and a flash there on Puma Pants. Make that another nade there on Pokédex. He, well, just throws that immediately. Don't even know where that went. I heard it explode. It's gone somewhere, but it looks like it's going to be a rush mid again here from the WinRAR boys. Trying to get down this one as quickly as possible. The scout holding the angle could do a bit of damage, and we'll land something. Pokédex not quite able to hit that one to begin with. Now the short push starting to come in. Already pushed up close there. is game over, but he's going to be taken down by John. Levy's in the 4v4, holding that angle now. Also picks up Pokédex, and now he's trying to get away there as Drain Gang, but he's going to be taken down just like that. And a 4v2. And Mitch is going to grab guns, but he's going to be traded by Bozza. And now it's all left on Puma Pants, and he's gone. And WinRAR, they're off to a flyer here, 4-0. And with 4 players, well, this could have been really ugly if it was 5, looking at this at the moment, Ep.
Yeah, I did say this is the team that actually knows how to go with a strategy. Look at their economy. They are just flexing that economy. Meanwhile, the rest of Let Me Get, like, they don't have enough to go with utilities, and they just have the one diffusal kit. And of course, the gamer without any armor right now gets put down, and Carl's gonna be opening this one up. No one's contesting. Bozza takes one, and that is a rough angle. Draingan doesn't even get a shot off. So this is a mad A that they can just hold down.
Not going to plan here for the moment for Let Me Get around, I'd say, at the moment. And there's a spray there from Pokédex with that famous. We'll pick up Bozza at leaves it in the 3v2, but none of players with kits, no utility. Carl's going to get his head spotted by Puma Pants, so he has to drop down to that CT side. Pokédex going to upgrade to that M4A1S, so they've still got an opportunity back into this one, but the lack of utility means they have to dry pick in towards these angles. John holding it down as well. They spot out Carl, though, 2v2 as Pokédex grabs that one. Slow peak's probably not the idea, though, if they want to try and get these one angles, although they got tag on John, and Pokédex finishes him off, and it's all left on Gun 77. Does have to know now, holding the angle down back towards Carr. Decides to fall off, and how the bomb's planned, he can just sort of sit there, probably even fall back a bit further if he wants to. Pokédex, though, can't quite get the defuse, jumps on up, and he's only got no kit on him either. 10 seconds and counting. He needs to get something done here, and he can't. Gun 77 grabs it, and also perishes to the bomb. So 5-0 for WinRAR, who are in a bit of cruise control to start off this one. Look at the money as well. They are an easy street. Meanwhile, again, Let Me Get well, they're just going to force into it. A bit of utility here and there. But they are really struggling to get their footing on Dust 2 at the moment.
This is not what you expect on a 5v4. Look at Carl. He just sprays up with that Mac. Gets a lot of value out of it. As he backs up, like, this was a choice. He didn't decide to go with anything else. Oh, very dangerous for Carl. He gets taken because he was low. At the same time, making it easy for Pokédex here. He drops the bomb through the double door. And now John has a lot of work cut out in front of him. And he sees the head. He finally pops it. But Bozza is super alert. They still don't even get to get this nade. Very, very important of an investment, but at this second, it's a crossfire between two. And that's the first round from Let Me Get that one on the board. And they are going to readjust the 5-1.
There it was. And that was just a bit of more extra utility. They were holding the angles a bit better there. And WinRAR, they lose their first round here. 5-1. As again, they can get that reinvestment pretty solidly across AKs across the board. Full util. Let me get again, sort of enough there. Not too much utility except on Drain Gang. Boss is going to be throwing that nade up towards short side. He's going to try and flash towards mid, where Puma Pants is holding the angle with the orb, but he's going to be taken down there. Now looking at CT, going to try and smoke that one off. Meanwhile, Carl up towards short side, and Mitch is going to take down Bozza in the meantime. It's the spray coming in from Carl. He'll pick up Drain Gang, looking for a second towards the side, but Gamer holds it down. Now the 2v3 is Guns, and also John, the spray through. He's got that gap there, but Guns manages to get the first kill, looking to get the second. As Mitch is going to just fall off that angle. And with both players sitting towards the A site, John should be able to plan. It leaves in the 2v2 amp. An opportunity for WinRAR, but also an opportunity for Let Me Get to grab their second round here if they can successfully get this retake going.
I like how they're sticking with their option right now. Having the Org is lots of power. They have the flash. They have the diffusal. Right now, my concern is that they haven't really got enough info to deal with this. And so they have to raw push. Oh, and John spots one. That is bad news. And now it's just up to the gamer who's slowly coming out from the tunnels. And he is going to be seeing a Molotov in front of him. I mean, he can defuse. But ultimately, there's nothing for him to do in this round. He's just going to have to say goodbye. Save that Org. 6-1. There is still lots of money on the side of WinRAR. And WinRAR can full buy back in. At this stage, if Let Me Get doesn't get enough rounds on the board, when we go for the switch, they might just be hoping that they make round after round, because this is a lot of threat on the board.
Yeah, things not going quite to plan for them, but now a bit of money on their side. You can see the orb coming for the first time there on Mitch. Meanwhile, Gamer on that Orc still able just to full buy up once again. And you can see a bit more utility coming through. 2 Orcs, a FAMAS, or 2 FAMASes, and the AWP. Meanwhile, it's the 3 AKs for the Winra side. And AWP on Bozo as they're looking to rush out towards this long side. You can see Mitch. He's tucked in towards this car. It's going to be a big angle. He can hold it down. Oh, the AWP shot misses. He grabs a second, though. Bozo with the trade. And Mitch, he's just stuck in these positions. And Bozo's looking for a second towards B. He legs Pokédex. Doesn't know if I can get a kill. Can he go in the cross with the Glock? He can. And meanwhile, John's picked up Mitch. 2v3. Drain Gang manages to put down John. That's the bomb as well on both players towards A. Now the rotation either comes in from Bozo, but Drain Gang reloads out in the open. And now Gamer trying to hold it down, but the bomb has been picked up. The rotate can start. As Boss has already given the information that this B side is completely open, throws the smoke in towards CT as well. As Gamer can really do absolutely nothing about this. He goes to check CT now, sees the smoke in front. And he's becoming aware of what might be going on as the bomb is rotating through the T spawn into uppers. And will eventually land at this B site. Being very cautious about it though here is Guns, making sure to clear every angle. Not entirely sure what Gamer's got it to, but now he can get to the site, plant this bomb, and a 1v2. Gamer's got the util imp, and he needs to try and find this because let me get out. I don't want to be sitting at a 7-1 deficit.
No, definitely not. You said it, but this is the same situation from last round. Gamer now is the one with the org. He sees them all in front of him, but the thing is, the rotation there is just in favor of him. He probably got spotted just now, and Guns, first one up there, is going to lob a nade to him. Like, he can't really be competing there. Oh my god! No, not like that.
Catch that, Sunshine. Gamer just drops a lot at his lap. And 7-1. Winra. Well, yeah, I mean, as we said, they've only got the 4 players, but they are looking very pristine at the moment. Meanwhile, let me get out. They're going to be looking to have 4 towards this A site, which might have worked in a few previous rounds, but considering everyone's going towards B, this could be very, very dangerous right now. And Pokédex is going to have to do a lot with that. Nova looking for a kill, getting damage, and manages to grab one in the end. Bozit will shut him down, but the Nova delivers, and Puma Pants is going to be pushing up short. That P90 is going to have the pressure there over Guns. And Carl and Bozza, they got the bomb planted, but now they're stuck in the 1v4. Well, I was going to say 2, I should have said 2v4, but 1v4 actually makes sense in this situation. Now Carl, with it all to do, 40 HP, needs to find something here as the push starting to come in through window. The nade's going out as well. So look at all these angles. Carl manages to grab the first, trying to hold this one down, but he's been pushed from all angles, and Drain Gang finishes him off. And a second round on the ball for Let Me Get Up. And a nice hold towards the A side, and a pretty good retake it.
Oh, let's go. That's what we're talking about. They were playing with fire just then because Mitch was the one that went, that has the kit, but wasn't the one that was defusing. And at the same time, that one Nova did so much damage at the A side. They didn't finish off that player off fast enough. And that was 3 shots lobbed at 3 of them. Every one of them taking major damage, which brought Winra down. So as we go in right now, it's an interesting little bit of a take because both sides have enough money to be competing. Guns competing right there. Does spot one out. Very dangerous position for them to be competing in right now. Mitch gets the hit play, but the 3 health exchange for Bozza's life will take it. And that is also a very good kill. Misses the second one. Reduces his catwalk down to a no approach. 2v4. They can turn tail, but that is unfortunate. A very bad positioning, and now it's just up to Jong. Has to go and retrieve the bomb. And 1-on-3 crossfire. Not really liking his chances so far.
Can't smoke off CT if he has the chance. But he's looking at the early peek in there, see if he can find one, get a trade across. Meanwhile, window being held here by Pokédex as Mitch is looking at these angles, and now he's made aware of it. He's going for these peaks though, and it's John is going to be put down. Mitch only had the 3 HP, but that's all he needs. 3-7. Let me get their first 2 on the trot here. And start to gain a bit of momentum. They're starting to settle in. They've got themselves in a slight bit of a groove here. Full buy again. And the 2 orbs out as well is going to make things very difficult for Winra. But heading towards this B site where again only the 1 player is sitting. That is Pokédex, who I must say has been leading his pack though. 9-9. If they're going to be running into anyone, it's probably the last person they want to, because he's been pretty nice at holding down this side. He almost gets taken down there, sitting at just 11 HP. In fact, the swing on out, he's going to grab John and survive that one as well. Looking for more here. The heads are available. Pokédex looking to try and put this in. Ooh. To a 5v2, but now a 4v3 and an opportunity for the T's. This Puma Pant's going to get burnt by that Molotov, and he's just going to go running straight on in. He's being hit by every single piece of utility. He's sitting in this smoke, but as he goes in, Carl holds it down from Carr, and now a 3v3. Mitch going to that slow pick with the orb, and Carl, it's just easy pickings for him holding that angle. Bozza grabs Gamer, and it's all left on Drain Gang. He throws that nade. That's not going to do any damage, unfortunately, to Carl. Trying to get something done, but with the orb on the retake, it's going to make it difficult. Carl shuts it down. 8-3. Winrar grabbed their 8th, and technically they win the half, but by how much remains to be seen.
Yeah, like, what a position to be in right now. 8-3 is definitely not what you consider on a 4v5, especially when you're on the side with not as much. It is a very unfortunate moment for the side of Let Me Get right now, and we do want to see more of them coming up, but it's just every time Let Me Get into a really bad spot, they charge man after man without utilities. Now there's going to be the cross exchange, Bozza for Mitch, and now Carl smokes, mollies the car, doesn't really get anything, needs to be careful of Drain Gang's AWP, and that is going to be the one to do it. Now this becomes an interesting position because Guns comes out, challenges that one, opens up the site, but there's so many people waiting and to chase his behind right now. There's the Molly coming in, he's going to be aware of it, and John here does see the smoke on the cover, is going to be able to come for the plant, but how much more utilities can they do? John has plenty more, 2 more flashbangs, does have the smoke, and Molly just, you know, if he gets it. Oh, and Guns opens Pimo up hands instantly, Pokédex 6 health, just waiting for the pop, does get it! That is huge!
Pokédex, that is a shot and a half, and now it's left on Gamer, trying to find John here. John gets the first, but Gamer with the negative from surprises him. And it's going to be the Gamer, the Game Space ER to pick that one up for Let Me Get. They get their 4th on the board. And a nice shot there from Pokédex. I mean, you think he goes down, it's left in the 2v1, and Gamer's stuck in that awkward position and pushing from long with that negative, but somehow peeks on up, grabs it with just 6 HP. And from there, they managed to shut that one out, and now only 4 rounds behind. And they're just starting to get themselves around. They've won 3 of the last 4, and you can see they're starting to read about what Winrar are starting to do at the moment. And you have to imagine the CT side is where Winrar will probably struggle because they're only going to have the 4 players. So they're looking to get as many rounds on this T side as possible. As again, John's going to be pushing in the game, but this time the negative, it does not ring true. Does a bit of damage to John, but it's not enough to put the kill through. Now 4v4, the B side again lost. And holding from that mid here is Bozza, and if they go peeking through that could be real trouble. He's waiting for the angles, and he finally takes down Mitch, and now they're aware of it, but they're not even going to bother challenging it. They're already pushing towards uppers. Drain Gang will grab Guns, and now 3v3. The bomb still hasn't gone down here. They're waiting on these angles. John is sitting very low, and finally it is planted. But John needs to try and find the kill here. The problem is he's only on the 22, and Drain Gang picks him up, and he's looking again for Bozza. He's already pushed in towards low as he doesn't quite get the angle, but then he gets it on the second one. Carl now with the AWP out trying to put him down, but Drain Gang is staying alive, and Drain Gang goes huge with a 4K. The entire enemy team, and technically speaking, Emp, that is an ace. It's a 5th round for Let Me Get Up.
Yeah, that is a huge ace at this stage. It's a very good and welcoming presence into Let Me Get at this stage. I feel that like they needed to have a little bit of a huddle and say, all right, guys, this is what we're going to be doing. You know, when things are not working, right? So let's just focus on what we can do and potentially win out the rounds that we do and throw bodies at it, because that's our kind of strategy. And I'm liking the change. 8-5 adaptation is great. And as to say that, Carl decides to rush this and still survive.
Drain Gang. And also Carl taking huge damage, but the Gamer with that AWP hold manages to take down John, and now the push from mid here, and Puma comes down against the gun first. It's Puma grabbing that one, looking for a second as well, trying to shut down this round before it can even start for Winrar. Bozza and Gun still alive with plenty of utility. As that nade goes out, it might just land on Drain Gang. In fact, it does, and all of a sudden the 3v2, Puma's got to be careful. He's rushing into that CT. Well, the T side now going straight up suicide, but he's already been spotted by Bozza. And just like that, Winrar have got themselves back into this one. Both CT players, one at A, one at B. Winrar deciding on what to do right now. Gamer holding down Car with that AWP. And it could prove to be a very wise move as Guns is making his way towards that long at the moment. He's peeking on out. Slowly he's making his way there. Meanwhile, his teammate Bozza going through mid. Pokédex holding that angle back towards the B site. The Gamer's going to be hearing the flash. He's going to be seeing the utility coming his way. And the smoke goes down. And Gamer at car is going to grab that one. And now Bozza needs to get going. AK in hand as Gamer goes back towards this ramp side, holding down the bomb as much as possible. And he grabs it. It's another round for Let Me Get Hard. They have started. Well, they've started to turn on here, Amp. 6 rounds now. They're just one away from making this an 8-7 half. Meanwhile, Winrup, that lack of players is starting to just come back to haunt them at the moment.
Yep, right now the economy has definitely sunk on the side of Winrup. Although they were able to secure 8 nice rounds, as we're coming to the last one before the switch. They've just been able to buy and do whatever they want every time. As soon as the AWP comes through, and they were just being on the thread. John goes down early. He does get traded. They gains that mid control, but it's not at a good pace because they're throwing bodies at him. That's something that they can't do. Every round they have to at least face one person for 2. So one person for the 2 people have to come through. If they don't, then they don't get onto the even footing. At the same time, can come back and absolutely just throw their economy, which is now doing a lot better than before, because before, as you can tell, they were buying Novas and P90 still, and the gives everywhere. I mean, it's very, very different to how we were looking at for a match of CS.
Not what we were expecting, but it's been one to like nonetheless, and Guns and Boz are picking up those 2, and all of a sudden it's left, right on Drain Gang, a 1v2. Both these players low, that nade goes out, might land right on top of him, it does. 75 HP, but Drain Gang grabs the first, grabs the second. Can he get the defuse through? He's got the kit. This is going to be close, but I think he might just have it. And he does. The final second available, but Let Me Get Arthur will pick up their 7th. And 7-8 after, well, our first half, and Winrup, they surprised us, Amp. They went absolutely crazy with just the 4 players, and they got themselves out to a very nice lead. In fact, before we could even blink, it was already 7-1. But all credits to Let Me Get Hard. They've resettled. They've got themselves into this one now, and it's 7-8 as we start this second half. And it looks like they're trying to go towards that upper, possibly looking to get this upper B.
Oh my goodness. Guns coming up with a nice pop-off, but you know, he ran into the whole team. There was nothing to do with a pistol. Meanwhile, there's 2 Berettas on the side of Let Me Get. Although it's only 1 round difference, it's actually pretty fun. It's a nice match that we see because we get a lot of guns coming up. Let Me Get. They pretty much just taking it in style. They're taking it in stride. They're saying we can do whatever the hell we want on this match because of that 1-man advantage. And if you guys want to trade, we're happy to do it. So as long as they stick together on this T side, I don't see them winning out. I mean, I don't see them losing out.
All comes down to angles, though, and John and Carl, they pick up 2, and just like that, Puma trying to push back. He finally does. The Julie's coming alive, but John's up short in a 2v1 now, and Gamer's left in the 1v2. He's grabbed the first, and he's gone on towards his B side as John going to have to clutch this out for Winra here. The bomb still hasn't gone down. Gamer finally gets the plant through. He's only got 40 HP, and it could all come down to timing which side he goes. He's been tagged from window. He's looking for the spray, though. Gamer grabs it. 20 HP surviving. And Let Me Get Arthur equal it up. 8 apiece. Well, they had to really push it there. But in the end, they got the job done. And a close one at that as Winra. Well, they've been reeled back in, Amp. 8 apiece. It was 7-1 at one stage in the first half, but now they find themselves in a bit of an awkward position. They're going to try and stack A with these pistols. In fact, it was only Bozza who got any side of a buy-up. And the B side is left open, unfortunately for them. That is where the entirety of the enemy team is going, although they haven't quite committed to it yet.
Yeah, it really feels bad when you're, trying to make a hard guess, trying to make a hard clash play, and the rest of your enemy squad decided to go opposite, and you're not going to be seeing anything, minus a retake. As we go into this, a flash, John on a boost, he's going to be able to see that first one, but the P90 is going to look up and take him down. Meanwhile, AK is always going to do his job, Cargo, so everyone's just going down. Now it's just Bozza with a pistol and a green. Yeah, he does get one, though.
P250 can do damage when it needs to, but up against the AKs and the angles being held, it's always going to be difficult as Gamer shuts down Bozza. And Let Me Get R take the lead for the first time this evening. This is what we kind of thought was going to happen as, well, I mean, after a 7-1 start, Winrup, they're slowly starting to fall away, but the double orb setup coming out And no matter how many players you have, when you have a double op set up on a CT side of any map amp, it is always very dangerous if you can shut them down. And while they're rushing straight in the arms of them at the moment, going out towards long drain gang, he's got to be careful here. He goes to the flash early, and now it all comes down to time for Bosmer. He gets blinded first, but the T's get blinded as well. Now it comes down to who hits first. Bosmer misses the first one. He's looking for one. He grabs on the drain. They're still trying to push him. Mitch grabs Carl, and he's just trying to hold this down. Bosmer trying to find him. His angles, grabs a second. Trying to get a third, but Mitch gets him. Gamer grabs Bosmer. Guns is gone. John will get Gamer. John with another on to Mitch, and all of a sudden it's left in the 1v1, and I swear they had utility and smokes to throw it across, and all of a sudden Pokédex needs to go peeking into this completely dry as John has this down, holding this angle. All he needs is him to walk in the crosshair, but now he starts walking forward. John, my man, you've got to just hold it down. It all comes down to timing, and John grabs the 3K. And Winra, it's been a while between drinks, but they finally grabbed their 9th, and we're equal again at 9 apiece.
Oh, what a place to be at. Joel with the impressive triple, that AWP stopping everything. This is the one reason that you smoke off CT. You need to smoke it off. If you don't smoke it off, one AWP does that much damage to you. You basically stop Let Me Get instantly. Dead in their tracks, although they had the whole A on their wraps. At the end of the day, they just got brought down without anything else because AWP just does so much. Right now, though, a little bit of gun exchange as Puma Pants decides to run back into Carl's line of fire, so he goes down. Meanwhile, Boza gets a nice little bit of tap. The silencer is always so good at that long distance tap. At the same time, he does get damage. It's an interesting thing because most of the players from Winra right now, they have the numbers advantage and they just go to the gallery to shoot. What is that?
Carl has had enough. The M4A4 spray comes out. It's dink, dink, dink. The head's fallen. Winra, we take the lead, and just as we thought they were starting to fade away, they've responded big, and now let me get their economy's in a bit of shattered. Well, it's in shambles really, but they're again in reinvesting. The Deagle P250, Julies are out, a negative on the Gamer, and an ump on Drain Gang. This is going to be the negative trying to go in first. That Molotov could be very dangerous though. He's going to the angle, but he wants to hold it down. The smoke will save him a bit there, but Guns just holds it, and that's the bomb as well. They threw everything at that. The Julies from Mitch. The range is not where it needs to be.
No.
And now all of a sudden it's left in the 4v, or I was going to say 5v3, but remember there's only 4 CTs. 4v3, bomb down on the B side. And with limited weaponry, it's going to make it very difficult as Guns grabs another, and it's all left on to Pokédex and Drain Gang. They just don't have the utility, don't have the weaponry to get much done. Guns grabs his second of the round, and now it's all left on to Drain Gang. He's stuck in towards uppers, looking to see if he can find anything in this regard. Carl trying to push in, flashes himself. A very interesting move as he starts to fall off that angle a bit, but they've already pushed in towards uppers. They're trying to find this last one here, and Drain Gang is going to be caught in this angle if he's not careful. Jumping up and down, the M4A1S comes out. Bozza grabs it, and Winra 9-11. All of a sudden, they've got a 2-round advantage again, but they are looking pretty nice. And I said the double AWP, it comes out, or even an AWP in general, and it can do so very much.
This is also one of the parts where you don't buy enough utilities to be respecting your opponents right now. Without those utilities, Jong is just so much threat. He's got so much options right now. As the stack comes through to the tunnels as well, Jong can hold this. He can keep on making them pay for the damage, as well as Carl. They pretty much have this whole site locked up. And the rest of Let Me Get on this round of Eco, only with that CZ and Mac is looking for some damage. The thing is, they don't have enough to be investing. Yeah, look at that. Instantly get that one popped off. And Jong takes that one. Everyone's pretty low. Nothing to be contending with. They do take down Guns, but it is 3v3. Carl jumps down with a double. Everyone just gets dropped. Look how fast Winra decides to make that execution.
Yeah, and again, it's just another sort of force up there from Let Me Get Out. They're not really looking to save at all with these ones. You can see now they've finally got the utility and Guns available that they can realistically make a good push, and all of a sudden find themselves in a really awkward situation. They'd finally taken the lead back, and we thought they were going to start rolling towards the victory, and now all of a sudden down 9-12. They're trying to get themselves a recovery here as Guns holding his hand towards Short. He already grabs Mitch, and again he puts it to even numbers. When it's at even numbers, it makes it so much more difficult. Gun grabs another Carl, pushing up from short. He grabs Drain Gang. Another one to Carl. Game of fours. It's all on Pokédex. His entire team's falling around with a push from long from Bozza. His 25th kill and 13 Winra. It's just the momentum shifts at the moment. It's just huge. It was a 7-1 start. It was brought all the way back. All of a sudden, let me get out. They had themselves the lead. It was looking fine. And then 5 rounds on the trots here for Winra. And it's all just full. It's gone to shambles at the moment here for Let Me Get Up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the situation for Let Me Get R's current plan is, because they've been dropping round after round. If you look at the utilities, only Drain Game was able to afford most of it. Puma Pants does have one. At the same time, for them to be pushing out as T's without it, they're going to be trading way too much. Meanwhile, there's one that's already waiting, and the trade does come through. They get that first one, but Boz already held one down, and Carl's at the back. The bomb gets dropped. That is huge, and now it's Pokédex with that AWP, needs to go for it. Does have that angle, but the problem is this. They can't really be pushing enough, right? So Pokédex have to come out, have to push, have to wait. Does get a does get a kill, but it's still rough, right? Because you do have Pokédex slowly creeping out, while Jong maintains that superior area, looking at that long distance with the AWP.
And John holding down this angle. Pokédex trying to get this one done here as he pokes toward the bomb, but John's holding it down. 15-9. Just like that, we find ourselves here. Well, I mean, looking pretty nicely. On Winra's side, they are in cruise control right now. 6 in a row. They've got the utility, they've got the guns. I mean, all their players don't really have to worry about buying much for the rest of their time. They've gotten this game. That nade already going out, and it's going to be Gamer picking up a bit there. This man through the smoke. The orb, it doesn't quite hit. Now John could be in trouble. This push coming in towards the side. He needs to try and hold this down, but the orb shots are not landing. Carl manages to grab one, but Drain Game with immediate trade, and Puma grabs guns. And all of a sudden, a 4v2. And Winra, finally, some showing here from Let Me Get R's. They're trying to go towards these areas. He's totally this one down, trying to find these angles if they can, as Carl is speaking on in. The AK finds Gamer, and there's still a chance of spraying through the door. Pokédex, I don't know if you quite heard that. Carl grabs another one. Looking for a 30 Drain Gang, just trying to hold the angle down, and Bossa grabs Puma, and it's all falling to pieces here for Let Me Get R as Bossa grabs the last. And how have they given that one up? It was a 4v2. They had the site, they had everything under control. And Winra grab it, Carl and Bozza with the retake. 5 kills between them. And now it's 6 map. What is happening here?
Well, I tell you, it's a stuffing game right now. It's a mad stuffing game. Bosnia and John probably having the time of their life right now. Have a lot of targets that they can hit, especially since at the second, John doesn't even want to buy anything. He's like, I'm satisfied with this. I'm not going to be throwing anything. Anyone that doesn't want to hard pick me is just going to be looking at this. Meanwhile, there's going to be the Dog, and Carl is going to be seeing everyone. The flash is amazing. Oh, that is just beautiful support coming in. And now it's just Pokédex. And Pokédex, one lone person right now trying to... Oh, does get a nice tap onto the buzzer. Goes up to 37, but have to pick the rest of Winra.
He's been leading his team so far, but he's not going to check the first angle. Carl grabs that, and Winra grabbed the first map, 16-9. Well, 4v5. I mean, who needs 5 players when you can do that? Winra go absolutely mental in that last half of the CT side there. I mean, think about that. Let Me Get Out. They got back to 8-7. They won the first 2 rounds. They're sitting at 9-8. We're thinking, all right, it's starting to ramp up a bit here. They're getting on top of it. They're pushing into the sides well. They're starting to hold it down. And then Winra won 8 rounds in a row. So yeah. There goes that theory out the window. And a great, great showing from those guys overall. They were absolutely phenomenal. And you can't really put much past them. And unfortunately there for the guys over on Let Me Get Out, they've kind of dropped the ball. I mean, look, we know that some of these guys, we've seen him, Amp, you yourself have seen a couple of these guys playing the early uni side, so they've got some decent talent. We're not entirely sure what the makeup of the Let Me Get Our side is, but I mean, the fact that they've won a 5v4 16-9, it does make me question how long we would have been here if it was a 5v5. But hey, who knows? Maybe maybe they had the monitors turned off. Maybe they didn't have the AOC monitor, firing, ready to go. Who knows? I'm not them, but they've got a chance to turn around because it's not done with yet. It is a best of 3. We will be moving to Inferno next, but before we do, I believe we're going to take a little quick break, Imp.
We will definitely, guys. If you do like this, make sure to follow at AU Esports League across all of our social medias. If you're on Facebook right now tuning in with us, please let us know exactly what your thoughts are. We do love it that you're here to support your favorite team. 4v5, very, very impressive score, and we are going to have a quick BRB, but we will be back and we will get everything done. So guys, we'll see you very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second map. And right now, as we get into Inferno, this is also one of the beautiful maps out there that everyone comes in to compete and, of course, be that ultimate winner, as we've seen in every CSGO majors.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you think Inferno, you think back to that famous FaZe Cloud9 game. I think that's the first one that comes to a lot of people's heads. The famous major, the only major that NA has ever won. God, what a useless region. And we have to go there to play them in qualifiers. And we just did.
Yep.
Exterium lost. That was kind of sad. But, you know, it happens. And somehow EG ended up with a legend status. So I don't know how the hell that worked. And they should really rework the point system. But that's here and there and everywhere. It's not what we're talking about right now because these teams are ready to get into this second map right now on Inferno. It was the side over. On WinRAR picking up the first. Let me get they had the 5 players, but they did not have the coordination, the team spirit. It was lacking it. There wasn't any go up and get about them. That was the problem. And you look at the guys over on WinRAR, they just had the passion and everything ready to go for them here. As we get ready to start this one here on map 2, and all of a sudden, let me get they're in. Well, they dropped this one. We're saying goodbye to them in this best of 3 series, and in this competition, this is the lower bracket, so whoever drops this is out. There was 5 teams to begin, and there's going to be 4 remaining after this as we get ready to go, and Pokedex has already grabbed a bit of friendly fire from their teammates, and it looks like it's going to be towards that B side, the classic one, the B rush. Here we go, Em.
Oh yeah, you said it. This is the one that they need to prove themselves. Carl instantly rushing up Banana, going up, getting a lot of shots through. And it's the same thing. Pokedex very low right now. And Drain Gang sees most of the members. Carl goes down quite low. They are going to be taking Puma Pants down as well. Getting a Fountain Plant, which means that when they go through, they're going to be offering a lot more to go through. Mitch gets picked up, and I'm not liking the chances. Pokedex needs to flex up, needs to challenge 1v4. Maybe take a double kill at the minimum in order to swing a little bit of economy back.
Probably wants that 36 HP their teammate took off them to begin with there as Carl goes running on knife out, looking to see if he could pick up, or either there was a chicken sitting towards him or he thought he could pull off the amazing knife kill while making as much noise as possible. One of the two. Pokedex manages to get in towards the church side, but he has been spotted, and now every T-gun is trained towards this position as he's trying to hold down this angle. John's already pushing him behind, and he just has to hold this down. He's getting sprayed, and in fact, all players might just die to the bomb at this stage. John finally finishes him off. Doesn't quite escape, but it's going to be WinRAR starting off on the winning side. 1-0. They pick up where they left off over on Dust 2. And just like that, they find themselves again in a pretty dire position. Also, Drain Gang just said restart. Carl asked why, and Pokedex said, I'm sad. And which Carl responded, suck it up. So they're not... You can see both teams love each other at the moment.
Yeah, they definitely love each other right now. I'm loving it. This is the team spirit. Riverina, let's go. And as we say that, the spray comes down from Buzzer. I like the buy. There's the Negev once again. And the sprays are really coming through from both sides. I can respect that. And you see this. It's going to be Buzzer running into the big Negev.
The Negev comes out, and all of a sudden, Guns is in a bit of worry here as he's trying to find another one. But Pokedex, he down there towards Mexico, and now it's left onto Gamer and Mitch trying to hold down this A side, but the bomb is going, and Guns will fall, so the bomb is down. And now Carl, but Mitch is coming behind. He's not going to be ready for the push through apps, and just like that, let me get they tie it up. The force works. And one apiece here on Inferno. They find themselves with an opportunity to try and just get some rounds on the board, get the momentum going. They've got the numbers advantage. So you would imagine they should be able to, at some point, just take advantage of it. Take advantage of that extra number ramp. They haven't been able to do it on the Tusk 2, but now here on Inferno, they have the chance. They've got 3 running towards this B side to begin with as well, where the T's are staying ahead, and that nade there from Drain Gang could land in a really nice spot. In fact, it's going to do a whole lot of damage. In fact, Carl is gone. John's down to 8 HP. Gun sits on 40, and Drain Gang's looking for more. He pushes him with an over. He's going alive here right now. John's on 8 HP. If he can get the angle, he might be able to find another here. And John is just stuck in the worst situation possible right now as Drain Gang looking to jump on up. Oh, the jumping Nova. We love to see it. Puma, meanwhile, picks up Buzzer. And let me take the lead 2-1. Yeah, the jumping Nova. We love to see that. Now. We really do.
We love it. When you see it jumping over, right? You remind yourself, like, what version of CS are you playing again? Dragon must be popping off right now when he sees a yeet! So, as we get into this, the utilities is doing quite good on both sides. You see Bozza on that scout, doesn't really want to be doing too much. Invest a little bit, want to take that mid control. And hello, who was gone? 77 might just run that first one because Gamer doesn't check the side. And so he gets taken out for free, which is unfortunate.
So they're back in the 4v4 situation. Winra looking to try and even this back up at 2 apiece. And at the moment, Guns are trying to make as much noise as possible. Over towards that B site. Meanwhile, Drain Gang's going to go down to Carl. And this sort of bonus buyer surrounded by those AKs are picked up. It's starting to be in a bit of a problem. Puma, he's just walking on out on towards from Pit, and Carl grabs him. And now Pokédex and Mitch left in this situation. Mitch trying to get in towards the short side. He goes down, and Pokédex with it all to do in a 1v4. No utility, a kit available in full armor, but the MP5 is going to make it difficult to grab the first. But Carl should be here for the retrade immediately, and he grabs it. And Winra, they're back on even terms here. 2 apiece after 4.
Oh, this is quite nice. I like this because as soon as you see Winra get into the right spaces, and pretty much they were just able to set up, and let me get, doesn't really have the angles to flash off and compete. I mean, sure enough, they know what they're doing when it comes to retaking, but at the same time, it's just like things like that, right? You give yourself for free despite there's not enough cover and the challenge is not there. They trade 1 for 1 at the same time. Look how low Pokédex goes down, and it's just not enough support. The nade is good. John almost goes down by like, you know, it's still 3v1 with a whole side flashed up. As they charge this with John, John gets to pretty much the smoke right there. So, yeah, Winra in another great position to take the round. Is going to put Let Me Get way behind.
Puma Pants left in this 1v3, trying to find anything right now. He's got a smoke and a nade available. That's all he's got, unfortunately. No kit. He's got full armor as well. We'll give him that, but at this point, he's mostly just going to be trying for exit frags and anything you've imagined, unless he starts trying to push into this one. And he's revealed his position towards Banana. He'll grab one on Taboza, so he's still looking to try and get some damage across. That flash is going to do a bit of damage to him, though. That nade doesn't quite land on top of him, and Guns is going to go down, and Puma, he's trying to get something down here. That doesn't give him enough time for the defuse. He grabs all 3 in the end, but he can't stop the inevitable. The bomb explodes, as does Puma, and 3-2. Winra retake the lead. And they've got some decent money on their side. Bozza's is tad low, but every one of his teammates, one of them should be able to buy him up if they so desire. Meanwhile, let me get A. You can see they're forced again into this one. It's trying to keep a bit more extra money on this side. Drain Gang's gone the full investment with the Nova. They find themselves in, again, a bit of an awkward position to try and find these angles of fights here. Pokédex over there, Deagle towards top mid, trying to find something there. But Gamer, meanwhile, has picked up Carl towards Banana, so that's a big kill there. And Mitch is already pushing through. No body armor, but it shouldn't matter here. He takes down Guns, and just like that, huge advantage. Let me get R to start this round of 5v2, and Boz is already down to 24 HP here.
Yeah, that's some good angles and good sides to pick up. They pick at the right time. John's gonna go down through the sewers. He's gonna pop up, gets that one, quickly trades up. He sees nice members, but it's not enough as the damage goes through. Buzzer on 24, 1 on 3. Well, you see utilities, yeah, that one smoke is gonna enable him to move forward, where the rest of Let Me Get is not aware of this. So he is gonna get a plant if it opens up Puma Pants, right? So if he opens that one, or if he reroutes back into A, it's still fair game to him. And I'm not sure they are aware of his current intentions because he's looking at a boosted angle, and maybe he's just gonna sit there and roost.
Well, they have made their way back to the B side, but now it comes down to if they start pushing it. Unfortunately for Bozza, it doesn't look like they're going to commit to this. And Puma's now spotted him. They can just hold that angle down. They know he's towards that CT side, and Pokédex is going to rotate through mid. He's got to be careful here because he was in CT, big man. He's just gotten the B. He's got to the A side for free. The bomb goes down. Pokédex realizes what's going on. Or do he? I mean, now he suddenly realised, oh, hang on, wait, the A side. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to defend that place. And all of a sudden, Bozo has an opportunity here. The problem is he is on very, very low HP. Pokédex just needs to find one shot onto him. And the timing as well. He knows he's in towards Zaps. And Pokédex, he gives up the A side, but he won't give up the round. The bomb. He's diffused. Almost a chance there for John. He got into apartments. It could have been something miraculous. But it's not to be as Lumigada. They equal it up again. And 3 apiece after 6.
That is just... I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I mean, I can't really be making any form of our usual commentary. Because usually we're used to like the different kind of flashes of smokes coming out. We're getting it from WinRAR. But we're getting a whole plethora of choices of guns and utilities on Let Me Get. They're like on the 5th dimension. They know exactly what they buy. And the gift is their kind of weapon of choice with Novas.
I mean, the jumping Nova shots that are coming through are pristine. Whether or not they're the usual remains to be seen. We're just going to grab that first one in towards apartments. Bozza goes down, but Carl with the instant trade back puts it back into the 3v4. Puma Panso holding this angle, and if Carl goes speaking into that with no utility, he's going to have a really rough time, and that he does as Puma grabs him. Now 2 players remain. The bomber's down as well. John trying to hold these angles here. The AK spray though, and game is low. And just like that, John's grabbed another. And it's all left on the Pokédex in the 1v2. He grabs the first, and Guns now trying to hold these angles down. He's going to have the peek in towards him. But Pokédex pulls it out. The 2v1 clutch, and he grabs it. And 4-3. They've taken back the lead here. Let Me Get up. And WinRAR, they had the opportunity there, but the bomb was stuck down towards that app side. Guns was trying to get it back up there, had to take the fight, and does not win it out. Still, they've got enough money to full buy again. A bit short in utility for a few of their players, but Let Me Get up. Again, Drain Gang still with the Nova. He loves that thing. Rest of the players have got a P90 as Guns. Well, that's Molotov. It's just a tad off there, Sunshine, as John's looking to try and get something done with this orb, but instead he's going to get dinked hugely. The orb doing damage there, unless it could have been the jumping Nova that did 95 damage from that range. Yeah, it's possible.
It is possible. It's just like the pellet spray just straight into your face when you jump, you know? You just see, that kind of a rocky moment. But look, at this point, Let Me Get, they are pushing the angles, although they are being very aggressive. Guns, obviously, they take the 2-for-1 trade. It's a nice little bit of a magic damage here. They are trying to make it, but the difference in weapons and firepower is definitely something that they need to be careful of.
Guns holding down an angle towards shore. Puma falls, and now it's left in the 1v2, or the 2v3, I should say, as John's holding back towards that mid side. Looking to see if anyone's coming through back towards top mid, but that's all we're going to be behind. Bozza, meanwhile, taking this fight here with Pokédex. Both players give themselves a bit of a spray here and there, and John, oh, he's been spotted, but Pokédex shuts him down. And a 2v2 now. The bomb goes down. Bozza gets back in towards Pit. And the rotation from Drain Gang's come in. He's going to grab that AWP as well. So there's opportunities. Pokédex is walking towards the first angle though, and Guns gets him. And now Drain Gang left in the 1v2. No utility. Has to drive peek with that AWP. The running is going to reveal his position as well. As the angle is being held, goes in first, though, finds Guns, and now he needs to find another here to try and clutch this one out. The bomb is already ticking away, has managed to pick up the kit, so he has the opportunity. AWP is out, he knows where the player is now, trying to hold these angles. You need to fire through the wall, do something here, Drain Gang. He taps the bomb once, he's trying to put Bozza, but he rolled out of time. Sunshine running at him with the knife, and Bozza will grab that one out. Survives with the AWP as well. And 4 apiece after 8. It's close. It is very close. Everything is all coming together. Both of these teams putting on some good CS. We're in WARP, shorter player as well, but we're getting some good enjoyment out of this one.
Oh yeah, it feels like Wira hasn't really unlocked that 5th player. He's still zipped away. So as we have this 4v5 carry cam match, Wira's showing that their current dominance is to be feed, especially since that they've got the right utilities, they've got the right players. They are getting picked apart by the man advantage, but they don't care for it. They have the finesse coming in. It's just a little bit of a problem with side of Let Me Get. Yes, they are now starting to pick up a little bit more showing in their side, but Drain Gang gets taken apart in the beginning, and the lack of utilities now, it's not doing well for them. And they pick up another. Mitch, with that over-aggression, was trying to get a pick from the side. Is not enough. Carl goes down, effectively making this into a 3v3 as Winra is poisoned to go towards A.
One player remaining there at the moment. The rotate has come in for Pokédex, trying to get across, and John's going to shut down Puma, but shut down here and now. Pokédex, he's coming alive. He's dragging his team at the moment, trying to get them going. And it's how he puts in the 2v1. The bomber's down as well, and Bozzer, he may be in towards Pit, but he's got to go and retrieve that thing. And with 37 seconds and counting, he is running out of time here. Gamer, meanwhile, back towards this mid side. He's spotted out a couple of chickens, so he's got those trained in his sights, making sure they don't go anywhere. As Bozzer just waiting, taking his time, looking to see where he will go first, picking up from this short side with the orb of Pokédex. He just needs one spray to hit. He's only got 8 HP, but Bozzer's got the orb, which makes it more difficult. Bozzer, though, switches across the AK. The problem is there's no time. Sunshine and Pokédex, it doesn't even matter. He shuts it down. 5 rounds on the board for Let Me Get R. They retake the lead once again. But still, Winra, they could possibly force into this they want. The problem is Carl is a bit low, and instead they will just opt for the pistols on most of their players. A bit of util on guns. You might see a rush through either through top mid or possibly towards that B site. Let Me Get R. They're trying to get something done here. You can see that they're all going towards the top mid side, and Mitch is about to have a lot of people coming towards him. Grabs the first on the Bozzer, looking for a second there. Tries to fall off the angle, but you got to be careful there. Sunshine is being run down. 3 T players all chasing him, and he's going to be gone. And now it's just the one player inside here in Puma Pants. And he's back towards that short side, spraying through, but he's going to reload. The guns with that orb, they have an opportunity, but they've gone back to CT, and now Pokédex is gone. The B side is open. They're all over the place here.
Oh my god, what a round around the roses. Winrod decided to rush up A with all of their players. They give up Bozzer, but it is their round of eco. And with those Glocks, they have managed to pick up an M4 and an AWP, and now they're going to get a plant in 3v3. This is huge. They've got a flash against a flash and a nade. And now they realize that difference in power, and now they have to challenge guns. And that's not what you want to be seeing.
Puma runs straight into Guns' crosshair, and now the 3v2 situation. And Let Me Get R. This round has fallen apart for them. Gamer, he has spotted our Carl. The problem is he's only got a negative, and you can only spray that for so long. You need to actually challenge Carl, throwing up fake flash. There. It actually worked there for a second, but Carl will still be shut down. The negative reigns supreme. But it's not going to matter in this instance, and just like that, Winra even us back up at 5 apiece as the bomb ticks to its logical conclusion. Gamer managed to get a nice kill there, but that is all he can get. As if the fake flash worked twice there for Carl. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite put the kill across, but it was pretty funny nonetheless. As Winra back equal, back with the guns out. Meanwhile, Let Me Get R. You can see their economy suffering at the moment. Mitch has got the M4A1S out, and MP5 on Pure. This is the most I've seen the MP5 used by any team in a while. This Gamer's Molotov, that's a solid brick wall. You've got to throw it over the top of that as it bounces back towards him. He stares in awe at the big red flames, and he's about to see some big red flames where he's going as Carl grabs him. Mitch is going to get John, and he grabs a second. The M4A1S by. Looking very nice one now for Carl. He's still on the drain gang, looking for more here. Decides to pull out of that one, and the bomber stuck down towards Mitch, makes it difficult. And with Mitch tucked in on this left side, Carl doesn't care though. He just puts him down, and now Puma will get the Molotov back towards where he's in second mid, but the smoke won't be able to stop that one for now. And Carl with the fake flash, it works again. Puma, no! They're falling for all of these left, right, and center in a 2v1 as the bomb will go down, and Pokédex Imp is going to be left in the 2v1.
Oh man, it feels bad for Pokédex. Sitting with the AWP right now, has to go and dry push all of this by himself. It's just so unfortunate, but you love to see the shenanigans that's being thrown out from Winra. The fake flash, I love that. Ever since the switch, it's just been a favorite. You always want to see it. There's a nice little bit of nade, buys him a little bit of jump to get out of there, and now they set up the crossplay. And Pokédex right now with that AWP can't be competing this. There's nothing that I can think Pokédex can humanly do. Oh, never mind. Takes that one kill to Bozzer, but yeah, it's gonna go through. Oh, wait a second. Oh my god. What is
be careful.
That?
Carl's looking for the ace. Carl's looking for the ace. The knife. He's off for Carl. He survives as well. Gets a free op. And though Pokédex, what he did wasn't too bad. He just got a bit too overzealous, and the ace for Carl. And he's going to be loving that one. Going to be talking about that one to his grandkids when he's old and aged and sitting in a roaring fire. I'd say in his own bought house, but let's be honest, we're none of us going to be able to buy our own house in this economy as we look towards our round number 12, 6-5. His guns, he's already raring to go up towards that B site, rushing as quickly as possible. The smokes and Molotovs going to stop him for now. That was Gamer, Drain Gang. And also Pokédex holding towards B at the moment. The nade going out, that's going to land again right near Pokédex. He's down towards 74 HP. And Guns, oh, he's going to finish off Drain Gang with the nade. The nade usage coming alive right now here for Winra. And that is not a too bad smoke there. But Mitch, he's managed to get in behind towards second mid. That's a big kill there onto John. So puts it back in the 4v3. CTs have the advantage, not the weaponry ones you'd imagine. But still the opportunity. And Mitch, that flank's been shut down now. And leaves it in the 3v3.
Yeah, look, Mitch has been trying to do that this whole time. Oh, the SG barely misses. The Predator does just not get anything right there. Oh, that one little bit of a play is terrible. So now Puma Pants is going to play with his life. At this stage, the give is here. Oh my god! Let's go! Oh my god, that was just beautiful, but he gets shut down right now. It's just after Pokédex once again to be trying to play this as he sets up for the big rooftop siege. And Pokédex, you just need that one spray. Please get it in the give and just go for it. Please, just spray.
Bozza, though, is relocated into apps and he can play this now. Pokédex is aware of what might be happening. The spray coming through, but unfortunately, he needs to hold down the bomb, and with a 10-second defuse, the spray comes out from Bozza, and Pokédex goes down. And try as they might, they can't get the round done, and Winra open up a gap for really the first time for either team on this map. They lead by 2, 7-5. We've still got another 3 rounds left in this first half. But Winra right now, they're up in the series 1-0 after winning Dust 2, 16-9. They're looking to grab their second map, close this out, and send packing from this tournament. This is, of course, the lower bracket of our first round. The team from this, so losers will be eliminated from the Riverina Cup. And I don't think either team wants that right now. It looks like the B side is where, well, 3 players are going to be heading. The problem is Bozza. He went with the bomb, and he's been shut down just like that. And although they're throwing a bit of utility towards that B side, it's not really going to matter because they need to go get that bomb first towards that A side at the top of mid. And Game is holding the angle. The flash goes out, pushes him off slightly as Carl. He tries to get the bomb, and he does manage to get away with it. The Game are holding down his angle with the negative. Guns will shut him down. And now, where do they start to go? They're going back towards this B side, and it's a decent call because there's only the one player here now. It is Pokédex, though, and we've seen him manage to clutch up a few rounds here with that aiming, and Pokédex grabs the first on the car. All he needs is the Deagle right now, trying to hold them off as long as possible as the rotates start to come in. Drain Gang will be shut down, though. Pokédex, that nade is going to land right on top of the Guns. We'll get that one. And unfortunately there for Puma Pants, the spray cannot stop Guns getting to the site. The bomb goes down. It's a 2v2.
Oh my goodness. We're with their strategy halted just because of one bomb drop. Oh, and well, Mitch is pretty much going to open himself up, reducing this into a 1v1. Guns, a possible chance, great angle, gets that pop-up first, is going to be getting this. They extend the lead 8-5. And right now, let me guess, probably starting to feel it. And it's quite funny because you see the gamer is just going to give after the give, round after round, not caring, not thinking about anything else. It's just pure kills. I don't want to buy any nades. I don't want to go on an eco. I just want that gun. You put me the gun in the right place and I'm going to make it work.
That's what they're looking for. Trying to find something here. They've dropped the last 3 or 4 on the trot. There's a trade coming through there. Drain Gang falls, but so does Carl. Puma Pants, he's rotating through those apartments. Meanwhile, though, John's picked up Gamer back towards that mid side. They're going to push on towards this B side with 2 players away to make that one as Mitch goes down. Now Pokédex, that Deagle needs to come out, needs to find some heads as they're pushing in towards him, and he's being shut down. The bomb is being planted, and now Puma Pants left in a 1v3 situation. Trying to get anything done here as he's pushing up this banana side. The Molotov goes out, pushes him on the angle. Will grab Guns, but Bozza with the instant trade. And 5-9, Winra Amp. They've won 5 on the trot, and they've taken a stranglehold of this first half, looking to grab 10 and take a 5-round lead into this CT side.
What a play. Like, we didn't think it was going to be like this. The whole time we thought Let Me Get is going to get, you know, pretty much in and getting all of the right angles through it. But right now, this is no leash. This is just coming in, getting the kills. Carl does get taken down. Right now, they've effectively, they've got enough, right? If they just hold their current side, they don't have to do anything, making this super tight for the side of Winra to be throwing bodies to make things happen. But yeah, look at this angle. Oh my god, it's the Scar coming out. Look at Bozza. It's just gonna be flexing with these 3 players being held in check by one doctor.
And the rotation coming through CT, and this could be deadly. Meanwhile, though, you can see Mitch, he's already gotten in towards T-spawn, so there's 2 sort of flanks going on at this stage. And now Bozza, he will be able to grab Pokédex, but he's going to be swung on, you imagine, by Mitch at some stage. But Drain Gang, he was going to be able to do something. Imagine there, and Gamer as well. And John and Gunn shut them down. And the rotate from Mitch is coming a bit too late as Puma Pants starts going in as well. And John might just even shut him down. He walked so far, so many Ks on his tracker there. But it's going to come to Nord as Bozza shuts down Puma Pants. And 10-5, Winra wins 6 on the trot there to end that half. And put themselves in a position they only need 6 rounds to try and get themselves into next week to take this 2-0 here. At the same time, though, Imp, I mean, we keep saying it. They've only got the 4 players. But this is where it starts to become a bit of a... Well, you imagine it starts to become a problem. It wasn't over on towards Dust, but since they do only have the 4 players, it means their resources are spread a bit thinner when they go on this defensive side. As we're already getting into this, and let me get out. They're looking rushing straight towards top mid. Bozza trying to hold this angle down. The USB comes out, but Gamer shuts him down just like that. There's only 1 player on this A side remaining. John trying to hold these angles. He grabs one, looking for more there towards him. Come in and Pokédex with the Zeus is going to put down John. Well, I mean, that's kind of he needed that. He got knifed earlier in this game, so a Zeus for himself makes him, well, to make him feel a bit better, and just like that, it's all left on the guns in a 1v4.
Oh my god, that was just insanity. Like, Pokédex didn't even think about pulling out a gun. He just had that Zeus charging up, says, I'm going to be getting that Zeus kill. So he got his objective. Guns takes that first one over Drain Gang. But yeah, this is not a place where he can be even pivoting towards looking at the bomb. So he goes down. This is the early guns on the side of Let Me Get. And Rura is pretty much going to be suffering onto this back loop. Making this, I mean, technically speaking, we've seen more weirder things. But I'm inclined to believe Let Me Get is going to tighten the gap to make this into a 7-10 at the minimum.
As they're trying to get themselves round number 7 here, Let Me Get out. They've got the utility. They've got the guns. Realistically, this should be a pretty simple round win, considering there's been little to no buy up here from Winra. Just John and also Guns with 5-7s, and they're both out of the picture already. Carl does manage to grab Gamer with that USP, so he's got a chance to try and find something else. And this looks really deep in the mid, but Pokédex will shut him down. Puma grabs Bozza, and now Guns with it all to do. He's managed to sneak on towards the A site, so possibly might be able to find a couple if he's lucky, but it's going to be remain to be seen if he can get really much done at this stage. He grabs one, but Mitch will shut him down. And now 7-10. They'll look to try and convert their bonus round here as well. Meanwhile, Winra. But this is what happened last time, Em. They got the first buy up. They got some AWPs out in the field. They just got some rifles going. That's where Let Me Get out. They really struggled on Dust too. But I feel like here, towards Inferno, especially towards that A side, there's a lot more opportunities to explore different avenues. So they should be able to find themselves, I mean, realistically, with some more chances to try and get these 2 rounds through. But hey, we know what happened last time.
We really do know what happened. The one problem that I'm afraid is that if Winra picks up this round, or if anyone gets dropped, but they win off the round, they're going to He instantly just banking on the round after that and making the rest of Lemmy's economy crumble. The worst thing that can happen is that you give John an AWP and he's just gonna run with it, right? You can hold that mid and that's gonna be a problem itself. Now they have 3 rounds to work with as Carl comes back to get these 3. Bozza goes down. The trade is unfavorable because, yeah, Carl comes, gets the better angle right now. They drop those. Oh, meanwhile, Drangan here in a great position to be rushing. Yep. But loses an L. And now everything is coming to fruition. The worst of the worst thing is going to happen. You do have Mitch giving himself up. He does hit the bomb in front of him. Yeah, but the angles is just more superior on the side of Winra. And that is just prophesized right now. 11-7. They make the economy suffer. Only one person can potentially buy. 2 of them, I guess. But yeah, no, I guess they're just all going to be investing without the support. Yep,
they're still going to buy in. Well, they've never been to shy away from buying in when they've had no funds. And let me get we've come to learn that so far in this series. But Carl, though, he's going to shut down Mitch. They rush towards the B side. Meanwhile, though, the rest of the players heading towards A. And it looks like they want to try and get some rushing through all these apps. And Bozza, he goes sneaking on up and he puts down Puma. John gets Drangang as he tries to jump on out. And just like that, it's a 4v2. Carl and Bozza are a bit low, but what can they find in this one as Gamer gives his teammate a nice little tickle there, and Pokédex is left again in a 1v4 looking to clutch something out here, and Bozza is having absolutely none of it. Winra get back that 5-round advantage, get themselves to 12-7. And again, the buys come in. No money, no problem. Cash train right now for Lemmy Guitar as they're putting absolutely everything into these rounds. Winra, no AWPs out, but you can just see the utility is full. They've got the rifles. They're feeling pretty confident as the B-side rush looking to come in here. The Molotov, the nades, and already a huge amount of damage. Gamer though with that negative spray, going to push Carl off that angle, but the nades, usually everything's been thrown. And Mitch falls just like that. Gamer is so low. Drangan goes down, and that's the bomb with it. Gamer falls as well. And now, just like that, it's left in a 2v4, falling to pieces right now. And let me get as Puma's trying to hold towards that banana. Meanwhile, you can see Pokédex, he's on the A site. The problem is his teammates out there, the bomb's not there, and Puma fans, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time right now. He does manage to get one though.
Well, does get one, but that's not enough because the nade! Oh my god, what a game we have ourselves right now. It's just gonna be Pokédex with a dream. As the bomb is stuck on top of the banana, there's just no... God, please, let this happen. I need this. It's not gonna happen.
It won't. Gun shuts him down. A nice attempt from Pokédex, but I mean, not much he could realistically do in that situation there. No utility, no gun. And then, well, he had the Zeus, I guess. That is a high caliber weapon if it's put into the right hands. But right now, Winra, they've got themselves in a nice groove as let me get again. The force buy comes in. Again, they've got very limited utility, but with 2 AKs this time, a Galil and Negev, and the old XM coming out, the alligator. Yeah.
Hey, you just gotta keep trying different things until something works. Right now, they're still pretty much up against a whole team with utilities where they've got 2 players without. So John takes that first round. Carl comes from the back, goes for a little damage here, takes a lot out of them. And that's just up to Pokédex.
Well, again, he's left in a 1v4, and again, he can do nothing about it as Winra, 14 rounds on the board, and let me get they've fallen apart at the seams here, Amp. They're running out of ideas, running out of money, and they're running out of time as well, 14-7. They're already down the 1 map. They're only 2 rounds away from being eliminated from this series right now. And the Malcolm in the Middle family and Drain Gang could be seeing themselves disappearing from this tournament very, very soon if they don't start to put a few rounds together here. The nade there from Bozza, but Mitch is going to surprise him here from in. That's the pick they needed. A 5v3, an opportunity now. And the push towards the A side starts to begin. Meanwhile, Carl's pushed up towards their B side. He's already grabbed one, and John, they put it back to the 3v3. Just like that, the trade's coming out, but Mitch is looking to try and get a few here, and Drain Gang grabs Carl. And finally, a numbers advantage, 3 against 1. And Guns with it all to do, and that bomb Well, oh no.
Oh, please,
No,
not
no,
like
no.
this.
Just go to B. Go to B. Mitch, what are you doing? No. Just like that, the B site was completely open. Mitch decides I'll walk through a smoke towards top mid. And now Pokédex and Drain Gang in a 2v1. They've still got the numbers advantage. And Gun still has to poke it there. All they need to do is they double peek together. Try and get a trade across here. The flash goes out. Pokédex will not join his teammate. And Drain falls. And now he's left in the 1v1. And surely not. Not like this. Let me get R. And he's gone. And Gun holds it down to 3k to finish the round. Oh, dear.
Oh, man, if you look at the economy on the side of WinRAR, they're on max money as well. These people are waiting to just finish. And Bozza doesn't even buy.
Oh my god, it's rifles. It's 4 rifles. 5 of them. It's the first time I think we've seen that on Let Me Get R. It's usually been a few rifles and everything out, but they've got everything together right now. They're looking to try and keep themselves alive here, and Pokédex grabs Carl, and Gamer grabs John, and the rifles. Well, they're rearing their ugly heads right now and coming alive as Guns holding the angle. Oh, the Zeus kill! There it is! Drain Gang pushing through. Bozza grabs Gamer. The bomb is down towards B, but the rest of the players are towards A. Have they ever thought of pushing together as a team, maybe? I don't know. It's a novel thought. As Bozza holding the angle down towards Pete, grabs one. Puma Pants looking to shut him down, but Bozza grabs him, and it's all left on Mitch. The bomb is down, but he might be able to get the take here on towards Bozza. Or I should say Guns. He's holding that angle, but he's looking the wrong way, and this all comes down to timing. Mitch, can you grab this one? He will. And now the 1v1, 56 seconds. That's not the side of the... Mitch grabs the bomb finally. Going back towards B, but Bozza's holding CT. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote here. 16-7. WinRAR, they win out the series 2-0. 16-9 on Dust 2. 16-7 on Inferno. And with 4 players, mind you. So, not bad at all. Just let me get out. They are done now for this tournament. We say goodbye to them. They were a short-lived show, but they were an entertaining one nonetheless. And we wish them well in their esports endeavors in the future. I can't wait to see them on the major stage at some point, especially Mitch there at that end looking to find a bomb on the wrong side of the... I mean, there was just so many classic things that happened there. That was just CSGO, really. I mean, it was good fun. It was a good fun to cast. It was good fun to watch, so we can give them that.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, from WinRAR, 4 players, all they need. And they get the job done. And they move on now to the next week. They keep themselves alive. And they will now fight themselves against 3-7-3 in the lower rounds. So they need to make their way all the way through the lower rounds. Win 2 more matches to try and get to that upper final. Meanwhile, in other news, Vague 7 took down 3-7-3 16-1. So they will be heading to the upper finals against G's, or I was told Geezers is apparently the name for them. And it is going to be WinRAR 3-7-3 next week. So, damn.
Yep. 2
games lined up for this week. We had 2 planned for this week. We only got to cast the one in the end, but it was an entertaining one nonetheless.
Very, very entertaining. Lots of good players. I mean, this reminded me why I picked up CS back in the days. When we first started playing, you got Novas, you got Alligators, you got people, sitting around with Nagus for no reason. It was just fun. And look, I know Let Me Get, came in and they, pretty much just enjoy themselves and have fun. This is the whole reason that you come to compete. Some people come in to win on all, but some people come to, get together with their friends and just say, hey guys, let's play CS. If we win, we win. If we don't, we win. Well, if we don't win, that's it. That's nothing wrong with it. And so this is exactly, the passion that tonight was.
I mean, in the end, it is all about having fun. That's what we all want to do. We all want to enjoy ourselves. And I've got to say, I think, let me get out. They had some enjoyment tonight. There was a couple of nice kills there, a couple of nice uses of certain weapons, especially that Negev.
Yeah.
And it all came together pretty nicely. But, I mean, in the end, WinRAR clearly, I guess, the better team there. And also shorter players. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them next week when they do have those 2 players, or they have that player available for them.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe next time they should think about, possibly, if it's a good idea, either to make sure you don't have a power outage, although that's not the man's fault. Maybe just, have a chat with your power company about how useless they've been. I mean, mate, this man's in an esports tournament, and they're not even giving him proper power. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
absolutely unbelievable.
that's just wrong.
Good. That honestly, that just sounds like the Riverina to me. That just reminds me. I mean, well, I've already told you about all my great stories about where I used to live. We got 3G in 20. Well, we had 3G, 1 or 2 bars where I was at until about 2015, where we finally were blessed with 4G internet. Thank you to all the Australian government gods out there. They finally, little old us. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, the Riverina district, it's got some esports players and some esports legends, hopefully in the making. That's what we want to see. We want to see a lot out of the Australian esports, especially in the country. And well, to do that, we do need some decent internet out there. So Australian government, make sure everyone's actually got power. Make sure they've got some sort of actual playable internet so they can do these things. It would be rather nice. But I digress, Imp. It was a fun night all the same, and we thank the city of Wagga Wagga for being a sponsor for us and allowing us to put this on. And also, of course, our other sponsors, Chart Time, Predator, AOC, In The Me, Rig. All of them are absolutely great, and they managed to do this. And thank you to AEL for putting this on. If you want to join in the action, if you're thinking of doing this next time we have the Riverina Cup, if you want to join the AEL Uni or High School tournaments, make sure you go check out ael.org.au. You can come join the Discord. You can also follow them on Twitter. You can find us here on Facebook, of course. We also live stream on Twitch. Usually a lot of the Uni, CSGO, Rocket League, Dota, everything. Yeah, it's all in one giant package, and it comes delivered very nicely to, the viewer.
Definitely. I absolutely agree, guys. Make sure to follow us over AU Esports League on all of our social medias. Also, please follow us at twitch.tv/AEL Uni and AEL Uni 2, where we'll be having CSGO, Rocket League, Dota 2, Rainbow Six Siege, and of course, I think that's all we do cover as of the moment, but there's a lot of games that we're going through and a lot of beautiful plays that's coming in through. If you do want to join us, please check us out obviously on our website. If you do want to join into the future, make sure to keep onto our space, because we will tweet it out. We will post on Instagram and Facebook and our Discord to when of our registrations is coming through. And we're always looking forward to be hosting these kind of games, especially like this. It's so fun. Maybe time to get Riverina, a place on the map to get them out there and everyone can see just how amazing it really is all the time. And yeah, guys, that's gonna do us. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to all the people coming in and viewing this. Thank you guys so much for liking how we are casting tonight. If you do want to see more, we will be back next Tuesday and make sure that we have a beautiful representation of the rest of Riverina Council. But that's gonna be it for me and Has. May you all stay safe and have a lovely night. Peace out.
So yeah.